Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the show. Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch
Tango Shalom is now available.
Technical difficulties.
VOD.
Now let's get to it. Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude, your pharaoh of physical media, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I am here with Let's Get Physical Media, episode 49. Can you believe it's 49? And it wouldn't be a show if I did not have your favorite, my favorite, everyone's favorite German, Mr. Dieter Bastian Dietz, as I like to call him. Dieter Bastian, all the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. Dieter, how are you today?
Thanks, Rob. Even with the COVID shenanigans, I'm feeling fine, and I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Dieter here I am, rock you like a hurricane, and welcome to the B&B Motel for Let's Get Physical Media. And Rob, you disappointed me this week. You have only one job to do, Rob. You have an international audience, and if Netflix says we have no interest in showing Discovery anymore, you have to pick up the ball for us, tell us what was the plot, what was the synopsis, and we didn't waste our time. And we didn't have to hold out for Paramount Plus till it gets for the international markets ready.
Are you telling me that you expected me to do a whole review of the Discovery Season 4 opener? You know, I did promise that I was done. I did promise I was done. I wasn't going to do it anymore. All I can say is the Discovery Season 4 opener was a hideously awful written show that took 3 showrunners to write. And you know what I learned? This is all you have to know. That during a crisis, during a red alert, on a ship full of competent people, I would assume that's why they're on there, that the captain of the ship during a red alert says, I'm the only person who can pilot this work bee, which is a little tiny shuttle, so I'm going to leave the ship and solve the problem.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
This is my problem with Discovery in a nutshell. Every time you think, like, has anyone not paid attention that Michael Burnham, Space Jesus, it's not because she's a beautiful woman, she's a great actress. The character that she's written, that they write, is god awful. And I don't think they really understand that there's something like, I don't know, a vaguely military, Starfleet was a vaguely military organization. You never know from this show. She leaves the ship and saves the day. I mean, I don't even know why there's other characters on this show. They should just give the starship to her, pilot it with drones, because it's you know what? To be honest, it's just offensive. It's an offensive show. It's not about cooperation. It's not about a ship full of people that are really good at their jobs. The only person on this show who's competent to do anything is Michael Burnham. And the president of the Federation even says to her in the episode, there's a red alert happening. You're going to leave the bridge? Yes, because I'm the only person. You have a ship full of presumably very competent people that followed you 1,000 years into the future. But apparently they can't do shit. So I'm going to leave the bridge. You know what? Demote her. If the next episode isn't the Federation president demanding that Michael Burnham is removed from command, to be put up on disciplinary charges just because, of course, she succeeded. I hate this show. Star Trek Discovery is the worst science fiction show that has ever been broadcast, ever. So now, how's that? I'm done.
I didn't lose any sleep about that news at all, that it isn't available on international markets on Netflix anymore. Didn't lose any sleep because before the show started, I finally finished Arcane, Rob. And
Dude.
for me, it's one of the highlights of this year. 10 out of 10, Rob. Let me chill a little bit.
Everyone's talking about, it just got renewed. Netflix announced that it was renewed
great.
for a second season. I've heard nothing but great things about that show, and I can't wait to watch it.
And the great thing is, Rob, like myself, you didn't need to bring any knowledge of League of Legends, of the game, into it. You don't need to.
Kind of
As
like
far as
Dota, Dragon's Blood.
Yeah. As kind of, I understand it, the series is like a prequel to the League of Legends universe. And there are so many characters to choose from. And what was really great about the show, Rob, they did that 3 episodes per week. And myself, I am a binger. But it made even sense in the storytelling perspective to cut it in three times 3 episodes. And for me, the visual style, I don't know. I did try to find out what they spent on this. I couldn't find anything about it. It looks
it's been a long time since I've heard about. I mean, everyone loves Arcane. I can't wait to watch it. I love the designs.
Yeah.
Kudos to everyone who dug it. I think it's fantastic. And another. I mean, I hate to say it, but obviously Dota is also based on a video game, a melee video game like League of Legends. So. I'm happy it's great, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to watch it. But I have to say, I watched last night with Elizabeth what has now become my favorite movie of the year. It was on Netflix. Tick, Tick, Boom.
Garfield, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about it. What it is about.
Well, it's actually a musical biopic, and it is about the man who wrote Rent, who created the Broadway smash Rent. And what's interesting about his story is he died of an undiagnosed heart ailment. They thought he had the flu or something. So he died like the day before Rent had its first off-Broadway debut. And then his first show in real life was a rock like confessional called Tick Tick Boom. So Lin-Manuel Miranda, who created Hamilton, this is his debut feature, and it is a story. It's a combination of an adaptation of Tick Tick Boom, but it's also a biopic about the gentleman who created the show. I mean, who created Rent, and his name. Let's see. Why do I always Jonathan Larson? It's about Jonathan Larson and his creative process. You know what I would equate it to? I love one of my favorite movies of all time is Bob Fosse's All That Jazz, which, by the way, is an incredible Criterion Laserdisc. It's the movie that made me want to get into editing. It was the first time I really noticed editing. I saw it when I was 12. And if this movie played, like when I eventually shuffle off this mortal coil, I assume I'm going to go to The Good Place, not The Bad Place. But if I go to The Good Place and you get your own home theater or you get your own giant IMAX theater, because why not? There's an unlimited amount of space in heaven for all people, right? So I would imagine that I would get my giant theater that would just play my favorite double features for the rest of time. All That Jazz and Tick Tick Boom would be one of my favorite double features. So
it is on Netflix. Rob, help me.
Yeah, it is. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, okay.
And it's an incredible film. I loved it. It's about the creative process. It's about love. It's about heart. It's really, really, really great. And now, I have not seen King Richard, which everyone loves. I have not seen Paul Thomas Anderson's Licorice Pizza, which everyone loves, and Being the Ricardos, which Kevin Rubio saw and loves. So there's a lot of, it's funny, at the end of this year, we're getting a lot of, it was funny, when I was watching Tick Tick Boom, I was reminded of why I loved movies. Here's an original film, really interesting take. Lin-Manuel Miranda just knocked it out of the park. It's his first time directing a film. The editing was marvelous. I mean, I was just enchanted by the film. I loved it so much. And we're getting, by the end of this year, I mean, we're getting some really great movies. Very exciting to be a movie fan. I mean, not that I'm not excited for Spider-Man No Way Home, but, you know, getting real movies, I mean, I quote-unquote real movies, but getting adult-oriented or adult-themed films, it's great to see. Great to see.
Yeah.
So.
And I only have one thing to say to Riot Games and Netflix. Please put out Arcane on Blu-ray. On Blu-ray,
dude,
some nice character cards. Better in 4K, of course. That would be.
I said to Elizabeth when we were walking the dogs last night, we dude, I gotta tell you, I had at the end there's a musical number at the end of this, and it's not a number, it's Andrew Garfield singing. That Andrew Garfield fucking crushes this performance, and he's so good, and he's singing, and I have to say, I had tears, involuntary Amelie tears streaming down my face when I watched Tick Tick Boom. It got me right in the feels, brah, and I loved it, and I felt a little.
There will be some Academy Award
nominations? Look, I'm making a prediction now. I have not seen King Richard.
Yeah.
I have not seen Being the Ricardos, but right now, I would say overall that Tick Tick Boom is my front runner for Best Picture. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Now, here's the thing. I'm a huge Aaron Sorkin fan. Watching him direct, I mean, I loved Molly's Game. And he has been honing his director chops. And I wouldn't be surprised if Being the Ricardos is also a Oscar contender. But like you just said, you know, without Stinky Tuna, how are we going to get Tick Tick Boom on 4K? Come on, Netflix. They won't do it. They won't do it because it's counterproductive to their business model. But God damn it.
But sometimes they release even that little bit of more prestige movies if they can make a deal with Criterion. So we have to wait.
Yeah. Now, by the way, there is a bit of news that I need to, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this because all the Snyder fanboys would be remiss. Let me just point out that Zack Snyder's Justice League, amen, knocks off the Suicide Squad for number one top 10 Blu-ray sellers for the week. Zack Snyder's Justice League, even though it's been out for a while, and we've of course had the Blu-ray or the 4K Steelbook for like half a year now, but God bless Zack Snyder's Justice League. The top 10 Blu-ray sellers for this week are, actually it's the week ending November 13th, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Fast 9, The Fast Saga. Number 3 is Suicide Squad. Number 4 is The Hobbit, the motion picture trilogy. Number 5 is Lord of the Rings, the motion picture trilogy. Number 6 is Godzilla vs. Kong. Number 7 is Snake Eyes. Number 8 is Free Guy. Number 9 is Paw Patrol. And bringing up the rear at number 10 is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, you look at that. I mean, those are what people are buying. You know, we're getting an embarrassment of riches on Blu-ray and 4K, and that's what we get.
Yeah, the big blockbusters. That's what are most selling. They're the most known, so they are selling probably the most from them. Rob,
Dieter,
to annoy you,
my man,
to annoy you once again.
Why does
finished?
No, I haven't. I know.
I will annoy you till the end of time. Have you called Adam about the version?
No, I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a
Just
bad
saying.
person. I know. We're gonna get on that.
And I was.
By the way, you know what I did watch?
yesterday?
Hang on, and I keep forgetting to actually. So Daniel Griffith from Ballyhoo Films, Daniel, he made the Dune documentary.
Okay.
That's going to be on the Coke version. It was left off the Arrow version. He sent me a link to watch the documentary.
Because I wanted to ask, what did you watch it?
I have to say, Daniel, hats off to you, sir. That was some fine work. It is a fantastic documentary. Why Arrow? First of all, Arrow's on my shit list. I love Arrow. But, you know, I sent them an email. I'm like, okay, here's my order. I sent you 300 pounds. You sent me half of it, but the other half, which was some Dario Argento 4Ks, it was 3 discs I didn't get. I sent them all my information. I'm like, here it is. Please, where's either my money or, and by the way, because they shut down my PayPal account or for ridiculousness, I don't know what to say. I just want my discs. And they wrote me back like, well, you have to send it to another email if you have customer problems. I'm like, dude, you know what? This is not a problem. Your job when I go to your website and buy a movie is to have you send it to me. You sent me half my order because the other half hadn't come out yet. And now, you have my money. I don't have my discs. And now I have to chase after you. I understand you migrated your server, but that shouldn't be a problem. Why is that your customer's problem? And it is. And I love you, Arrow. I love Arrow. But I'm like very disappointed with Arrow right now. Zavi bought them. And I'm like, guys, migrate your servers all you want. But when you take my money, give me my fucking discs. Okay? Just saying.
Perhaps they will still get back to you. Hopefully.
They should actually just send me every one of the discs they put out because I'll review them. And you need a copy too. So, Arrow, in order to make good, just put Dieter and I on your comp list.
Rotation list.
Send us. And I'll be happy to give you Dieter's address in Saarbrücken because I haven't sent him anything, so you should.
Okay. I was in the theater yesterday, and I watched Ghostbusters, Rob. And for
What'd
me,
you think?
It's okay. I'm not on the hype train like anyone else. I was invited from my boss to see it, but for me,
you mean myself, Patrick's living room?
Yeah, correct. He wanted to see it, but I say it a little bit. Of course, I love the 1984 one, but I'm a little bit outgrown the Ghostbusters from my perspective. It was a nice
Wait.
A lot of
wait, hang on. The trash panda who buys all kinds of B movies, B action films that you would have loved when you were like 8? You're saying you've outgrown the Ghostbusters?
Yeah. It's nice. It's a lot of nostalgia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of Let's Get Physical Media with Dieter Bastian and Rob Burnett. I'm going to be back here next week with your next episode. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, come on now. What? You realize half of our viewers are going to they're going to down. We're going to get ratioed with these comments, dude.
You'll get the honest truth from me. For me, it was okay. And of course, Rob, I will buy it. Yes.
So what you're saying is you loved Ghostbusters Afterlife as much as you loved Free Enterprise. Don't answer that. Don't you dare answer that question.
Don't you
dare. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I will have to watch Free Enterprise again. It's always good to do a second watch with every title. If you find
it'd be nice if you could watch it in 4K. All I'm saying.
To give it another perspective. Mm-hmm. Perhaps it will change. Sometimes movies with a second viewing can go up. So I will have to watch it perhaps again to see where my rating actually ends up being. So for me, it's a fine movie, but I'm not over the moon for it. You have the same bad guy from the first one, all the stuff from the first one, and they had, I don't know why they
bad girl. Are you a god?
Yeah, and for me they complicated the story.
By the way, spoiler alert.
Too much. Yeah, they complicated the story a little bit too much. I didn't know why Paul Rudd wasn't already the husband from the mother. It would be way easier.
I love. By the way, I love Carrie Coon. She's definitely a celebrity crush for me. I know that she might not have the beautiful looks of some actresses. I love her. I love her look. I think she is beautiful. She's a great actress. She's married to Tracy Letts in real life, who wrote Bug and wrote Killer Joe that William Friedkin made. She's one of my heroes, just so you know.
Nice to know. So for me, fine movie, but I was not in tears, Rob. Let's say that. I was not in tears.
It's okay.
And what I watched also this week was the movie finally The Night
Okay,
House.
how is that?
With the big one. Really nice movie, Rob. But luckily, there are smarter people than me on YouTube because I had to go on YouTube to figure out some theories. What is all behind the stuff? Nice sound. Movie has a nice sound design to it, and there was really one scene where I really great.
Wait, you did
scare.
what? Do that one more time. You nice. Okay, somebody make a GIF of that and send it to me.
Yep. I had a great scare moment, but I couldn't. I was too focused on the husband side, so
because you're a
didn't put up
misogynist.
so I put up any theory about what was actually going on. But luckily, there are smarter people on YouTube who explain stuff, and I thought, oh, okay, because the ending left me a little bit cold at the first. But after seeing some reviews, I thought, well, smarter people out there. Good movie, Night House. And it is on Disney Plus 2, I believe. Night House. And yesterday, finally, I finished, Rob. This was spending all my week with. I finished Guardians of the Galaxy, the game.
And that's like the deluxe edition, right?
Yeah, correct. It really had a fun time with it. 8 out of 10 for me. For people who love single players, it's for Guardians fans, of course, because the Bender from the main protagonists are awesome for me. And Rob, let me just give you the list of all the songs that are in the game. You know?
Wow. All right.
We have Aha, Take on Me, Autograph, Turn Up the Radio, Billy Idol, White Wedding, Blondie, Call Me, Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy, Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero.
Holding Out for a Hero.
I'll Tumble for Ya, Def Leppard, Rock Till You Drop, Europe, The Final Countdown, Flock of Seagulls, I Ran, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax is in the set list, Gary Newman, Cars, Hot Chocolate, Everyone's a Winner, Baby, Iron Maiden, Where Eagles Stare, Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, Kiss, I Love It Loud, Loverboy, Turn Me Loose, Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart, New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough, Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Rainbow, Since You've Been Gone, Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up.
Wow. You got Rick rolled in the game.
Scandal featuring Patti Smith, The Warrior, Simple Minds, Love Song, Soft Cell, Tainted Love, Starship, We Built a City, Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
No.
Twisted Sister, We Are Not Gonna Take It. Wang Chung, Everybody Have Fun Tonight. And Wham, Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Jitterbug. Sorry.
Isn't that a great soundtrack, Rob? For the
Dude,
game?
you know what? I got to get that game, and I have to tell you, I got my Xbox X. I've never taken it out of the box.
Do it, Rob. Do it now.
I need to. I know. I need to do it now.
If you want to do a little Forza, play along together.
Now let me tell you. Let me tell you. I got to call my sister Colleen, her son Zach, who had never ever called me before. I think he's 14 now. Okay. He called me up, and we started because his mother is like very. My sister is she walks with the Lord. She's very protective. She won't even let her kids watch Zach watch Star Wars, but he knows. And we watched 3D Bot Maker. He loves Hot Wheels. He's got a great collection, and he was like, "You got to get Forza, dude." I'm like, "What?" and he's like, "You got to get Forza." And I've heard it before, and I'm like, "Bruh, I'm gonna fly up to Portland. I'm going to come to your house, and your mom's going to be pissed, but you can't say no to me." She found me. We were both adopted. She found me when I was 29. She can't say no. I'm going to bring my Xbox X. We're going to unbox that shit, and we're going to rock some Forza, bruh. And he was like, "Please, don't tell my mom. Just come and do it." And I'm like, yes. Yes, Zach, because it's about time to unleash the driver within you. I mean, this kid, he's got like 10,000 Hot Wheels cars. It's unbelievable. He's a good kid. His mother,
that's a nice collection.
Colleen, I love you, but God damn it, let your son watch Star Wars. Please.
That's the least you can do.
And you know what? If you don't, I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to leave that Xbox X with your son and Forza. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to play with him. You're going to play that game with him. I'm going to bring an extra controller so you can play.
And Forza is for all ages, Rob. Okay.
Dude, Forza, the new Forza is incredible looking. I watched some videos on YouTube. Amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Just get the Game Pass, Rob, and you didn't have to buy the game at all.
Wait, are you telling me that I don't have to buy physical media? Although I have to say, I've discovered this. I don't like it, but, it takes a long time. Even with a hard connection, it takes a long time to download these games.
No, it's just if you buy the Game Pass, like I told you, it's more like a subscription based, and all Microsoft titles are immediately in the Game Pass playable. So you don't need to
download
to buy $70 for the game.
It's true. It's true. All right.
So what I
Dieter.
got, Rob, just a little bit. I got my exchange booklet for the Iron Maiden set that was double. So finally, I got the right booklet now that I could put in.
Wow.
This box.
Well, I have the deluxe edition of that.
Yeah.
But look at yours. Yours is even better than mine.
But mine had those booklets who were double, and now I got the correct one, so I can exchange that.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
You know what? No one has the correct version of, Dieter.
No?
And I have to say, let's
What did you
talk.
get?
Let's talk about the anger that I'm feeling. One of my Grail discs of all time was the Road Warrior, or as it's known in the rest of the world, Mad Max 2. And of course, one of the things I got this week was this.
Oh, the anthology set.
The Mad Max Anthology. Now, why did I buy it? Because I already have Fury Road in 4K, and Kino Lorber, the company that's going to release To Live and Die in LA in 4K, had already released Mad Max as a 4K disc. But, I pre-ordered this shit because why not? I wanted Beyond Thunderdome, and I wanted The Road Warrior on 4K. Now, as you've read, the 4K disc of The Road Warrior, one of my Grail discs, was, as they say in America, a great big cock-up. The soundtrack. So I really appreciate that Warner Brothers went to the time and effort to remix the movie in Dolby Atmos. Fantastic, right? Great. And they did. But the numbnuts, dipshit idiots who remixed the movie in Atmos left out sound effects. They left out shit. And then the Road Warrior disc that was going to be in this and in the single disc only version promised 3 soundtracks. One, the original stereo, if you were living in Australia, Road Warrior came out in 1981.
So Australian dubbing.
Well, it was the original. It was a 2-channel stereo mix. And when it came out in America in 1982. Mad Max 2 was released around the rest of the world in 81, but it came out in America, I want to say the very end of May in 1982. So it was a 2-channel stereo mix because they didn't have Dolby Digital then. So then they remixed the Road Warrior into 5.1. So you had the original 2-channel stereo mix. Yeah. You had the 5.1 remix that was done years later, I think maybe for the Laserdisc. And then this new Dolby Atmos mix where they left out sound effects and all kinds of things. Well, so the disc did not give us the original 2-channel mix. It did not give us the 5.1 mix. It gave us fold downs of the new Dolby Atmos mix. They took that new mix and they made it into 5.1 and they made it into a 2-channel stereo mix because people are stupid. And so the Road Warrior disc is foobarred, fucked up beyond all recognition. Now,
but as far as I read it on the digital bits, it will get pulled.
Oh, it's going to get pulled. But do you know why this happened? Let me tell you why it happened. It happened because Warner Brothers let great people like George Feltenstein go. People that know what is up. George Feltenstein is the kind of guy that'd be like, bruh. He might not say bruh, but he would say, this is wrong. We can't put this out. His institutional knowledge of this material is vast and wide. And we are losing the people that know this stuff. Now, George is back. They hired him back at Warner Brothers. You know why? Because if they didn't, the entire company would crumble. So it's great he's back. He had nothing to do with this. This happened when he was off of his watch. But it's a big fuck up. And it's like, how does this happen? because no one gives a fuck anymore. And it's so now Warner Brothers has to recall their discs and print things out. And I've got to send in some proof of that I bought it from Amazon, so they'll send me the corrected disc or whatever. Now, Dieter,
So
that isn't
I'm
the
lucky that they're not out here yet.
yeah. Well, that's not the only major fuck up of the week.
Okay.
Next week on Tuesday, Criterion's first 4K disc dropped this week. David
Sounds
Lynch's
good.
Mulholland Drive, which I haven't. I would show it today. I don't have it yet. It's in transit. I got it from the Barnes & Noble sale along with Once Upon a Time in China and all that. Next week, however, Menace to Society in 4K and Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane, the very first movie that Criterion ever put out on Laserdisc in 1984, is going to be their flagship 4K title. Apparently, it looks great. But the Blu-ray version that they put in, which I don't give a fuck about, but anyway, apparently 20 minutes in, the color shifts and it's all fucked up. Something was shifted.
But
something.
doesn't the Blu-ray come from the same master then?
Yeah. So some numbnuts flipped some shit, probably was watching porn, jerking off in this control room, and flipped a switch. I mean, how many prestige titles have to come out on home video before that are fucked up? I mean, the amount of bullshit that has happened in the last 2 years on home video is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Get your shit together, home video departments. Oh, wait, you know why they can't? Because they've fired everyone that knows what's up. They don't have anyone's institutional knowledge anymore, and it's really frustrating. If you're going to pay $50, I mean, at the Barnes & Noble sale, it's only $25. But if you're going to pay $50 for Citizen Kane, it goddamn well better be perfect.
Yeah.
It's Criterion. And they had a, like, how does this happen? How does it happen, Dieter?
That was is baffling me. And considering the Road Warrior, as far as I remember it, I was always, not only with this disc, because I don't have it, I was always disappointed, even with the 5.1 mix back in the day, because for me it never sounded as good as the Laserdisc, which came only with stereo sound.
Yep.
And the Laserdisc had a build aspect ratio of 2:55:1.
Yep.
So for me, the 4K of Mad Max 2 will always be not optimal because the Laserdisc was really 2:55:1. So I really would like to have this image too. So if they change the sound again, change the aspect ratio to like it was on the Laserdisc.
You know, this show, we celebrate physical media. And physical media is only as good as the studios that own the material make it. And here is my plea. Our cultural legacy is being vandalized by numbnuts who don't know what the fuck they are doing. Thank God Warner Brothers brought back George Feltenstein to make sure. I mean, I know George, it pains him when something is done wrong. And I would say this, I hold this up, people are going to laugh at me. But it was because of George Feltenstein we get a Blu-ray like The Bermuda Depths. A TV movie with Connie Selica as a ghost and a giant turtle and Burl Ives. There's no reason on God's green earth why anybody should give The Bermuda Depths love. George Feltenstein, while he was running Warner Archive, put out the TV version at 133 and the international theatrical version at 185 or whatever. The transfer is beautiful. Beautiful. They didn't have to do it. Because how many people even were excited about the Bermuda Depths? Not many. But I was. And you know what? When you have somebody like George Feltenstein at the helm, you get amazing product. Why do you think that Warner Archive's bit rates were higher than Warner Home Video's releases? because you have someone who knows what the fuck they're doing at the helm. So thank God Warner Brothers brought him back. But, I mean, you fuck up Criterion's 4K of Citizen Kane and you fuck up The Road Warrior in a 2-week period of time? What the fuck are you people doing? Sorry, that ends my rant.
Did Bill, our friend Bill, find out himself because he checked the disc, or did he read about the problem with the...
That's a good question. I mean, he reported on it. Should we call him? Maybe he'll... Yeah. I'll call him. I mean, he might not answer because, Bill sleeps late, but we started late. I'm going to call Bill Hunt from the Digital Bits, and let's see what he has to say. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's call him and see what he has to say. There he is, calling him now. Maybe he can offer some insight. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
He might not answer. Sunday.
No problem.
Hey, what's up, my friend?
Bill, we are live. We are live on Let's Get Physical Media. You are here with me and Dieter Bastian from Saarbrücken, Deutschland.
Outstanding.
And I have been, we were just lamenting the fact that we have two big cock-ups in the home video market. One is The Road Warrior, and the other is apparently Citizen Kane, which comes out next week on 4K. And Dieter said, did Bill know about this because he read about it? Did he see it? How did he find out about this? And he wants to know, look.
What's the status?
The Digital Bits is like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times when it's in its heyday. The Digital Bits is the place to go for home video. To me, it's sacrosanct. If you report on it, that's the word of God. It's like, mother is the lips of God or whatever, that line of all children in the Crow. If Bill Hunt writes about it, it's true. So I was wondering if you could opine. First of all, how did you find out about this? What do you think about it? How did this fucking bullshit happen? And how come Citizen Kane is fucked up? Could you offer some insight, sir?
Yeah, well, so I found out about, so it's not, in terms of the Mad Max anthology, it's not just Mad Max 2, but it's also Beyond Thunderdome.
What?
Both of those discs have audio issues, and the audio issue is this. The new Atmos mixes are a little bit revisionist. They're missing some sound effects. They've changed some sound effects.
So they Batmaned it. They Batmaned 89'd it.
Right. Correct. And,
who the fuck are these people? Who makes these decisions, Bill? Why does this happen? I want to scoop my eyeballs out with a teaspoon.
Well, I mean, it's frustrating, and it's obviously people who aren't familiar with the movies. And
so why are they working on them? Why are they working on them?
Yeah, your guess is as good as
George Miller is making a movie for Warner Brothers. Why aren't they asking George Miller's people to oversee this shit?
Yeah, I'm not exactly, whether it's a cost savings issue or what, but here's the more frustrating thing. It's not just that the Atmos is revisionist, it's that the discs are also supposed to include the original, the previous,
Oh, we know. We talked about that, yep.
Right, and the original 2.0. And those are fold downs from the Atmos, right? So it's, it's kind of a compounded issue. That's, I just have to assume that that's an oversight and that nobody caught it and that somebody grabbed the wrong elements and. Bill,
it
is hard to understand how it can happen.
I'm a post-production supervisor.
Yeah.
I know you have to have a systemic failure of just complete incompetence for this kind of shit to happen. Yeah. It's somebody who wasn't even.
Remember, Warner Brothers lost a lot of people, right? I mean, they had a wholesale, firing rounds of firing.
Yeah, and you know what? I called George, our friend George Feltenstein, perhaps the greatest home video exec who ever lived. I mean, you have Michael Crawford at Sony, but who's also great. And George Feltenstein is the fucking man. They had to bring him back because of the incompetence, and thank God they did. Thank God they did.
But the interesting thing is when I found out about this issue, I sent an email to Warner Brothers, and they immediately responded and said they're looking into it. and they would let me know kind of exactly what was going on. And then I've now heard from retail sources that those 2 discs have been pulled, right? They've been recalled. So presumably,
Yeah, but Bill, it hasn't been recalled from my fucking house. I've got the Mad Max anthology. They had one job.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to do a replacement program, right? They're going to fix the discs and do a replacement program, but they haven't announced anything yet because that takes time. They've got to obviously fix the discs.
They don't even have people to know what the fuck's going on. You know, I called George about this.
That's the thing is, and they don't. I mean, setting up a replication program. I mean, a replacement program, especially at this time of the year, is tricky. So that's very likely what's going to happen. I just don't know when those discs will be available, when we'll find out about it. As far as the Citizen Kane issue, I don't actually have the disc. Criterion didn't send that for review.
Not surprising.
I've got a copy that's coming.
Yeah, I do too, from the Barnes & Noble sale.
Right, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's where I got it. So, but the weird thing is Criterion is usually more on the money than this. Now, obviously, they would have gotten the assets from Warner Brothers, but you would presume that Criterion would have checked that stuff somehow. So I don't know if the fault with that lies with Warner Brothers and Criterion just didn't check it, or I don't know what happened there. That's a strange one.
Bill?
Because Criterion's usually much better than that.
Bill, I have to point out that when I was producing DVD special features for the studios, and I just want to point out that I personally produced X-Men 1.5, X-Men 2, Valley Girls, Chronicles of Narnia, although they didn't send me the check disc, Star Trek, whenever the Next Generation, 15 different discs, they would send us as the producers check discs to look at. And we were expected to look at these discs and make sure that there were no fuck-ups.
Yeah, but see, it's weird because, the replication right now is, the replication plants are so strained, and the supply lines are so strained that I think some of that's not actually happening, right? I mean, they're barely getting these discs, to get the glass masters done, to get replication going, to meet demand on street dates. And I just think everything is so stretched thin that what the result is a lot of these errors are slipping through.
Bill, don't
very frustrating. Man.
Don't excuse the mediocrity that is America. I mean, the fact is, this is just one indication of how our society is crumbling, and I say that in a tongue-in-cheek way, but not really. This is endemic of our entire culture. That no one is.
We have definitely as a nation, unfortunately, and this goes through many different industries. We've let a lot of problems fester, and we haven't upgraded our infrastructure in a long time. And it's, now when what happens is everything is, when everything is going great, everything is, clicking along, and everything gets there just on time, etc. But you get one little disruption, and everything goes to hell. And clearly, we're seeing all kinds of problems with that now. And it's, I don't know. I mean, hopefully we're addressing some of these things, but it's, looking at the film industry, the studios are very clearly stretched thin. And when it comes to replicating discs and checking them and making sure everything is correct. And obviously the industry has there's been a brain drain, right? They've lost a lot of people who for years were knowledgeable in remastering and knowledgeable in authoring and actually knew the films, knew the catalog at the studios. A lot of those folks have been let go. So
yes, because everyone at the studios are dumb.
Well, it's a problem. Whatever the reason, it's definitely a problem. And people keep telling me, how can you say that there's a decline of physical media because there's more discs coming out than ever? And it's true. There appears to be currently more discs coming out than ever, but there are fewer and fewer people making them, and the people making the decisions know less and less. And at some point, something breaks, right? And that's when you get errors like this that are frustrating.
But it seems like every other big release has an error. I mean, I can't tell you. I've had more replacement discs in the last 2 years than I had in the last 20.
Yeah, and it's for all the reasons we talked about. In fact, another one is that the Smallville, the complete series Blu-ray set that came out a few weeks ago was missing. It had 2 copies of the same disc, and it was missing a disc. So that's got to get fixed. There's also there was a Warner Archive title. What was the name of the title? I'm trying to think of the name of it. Where in the remastering, they erased a moth. There's like an element of the picture got erased and nobody caught it, and so that's getting fixed and it's going to have to be replaced. And
again, that's why George Felsenstein wasn't there.
Right, and that's it's not just Warner Brothers. Like every studio is having these issues. They're all having these issues.
Yeah, because they're hiring Instagram fucking numbnuts, younger kids, whatever. Not to get mad, not to be an old man yelling at the clouds, but I am an old man yelling at the clouds. And here's the thing. If there was no problem, fine. But if I'm a consumer and I'm buying, like I pre-ordered the Mad Max anthology, 6 months ago, whenever it was put up for, I would just assume that the care, I pre-ordered it 6 months ago. So why aren't the people at the studios 6 months ago making sure that the product I already ordered is proper? I mean, don't they realize
it very much seems like a lot of these decisions are getting kind of made at the last minute. That if they were a little more proactive, if they thought ahead, they could get ahead of some of this stuff. But yeah, man, it's frustrating. I got to tell you, half the day, half of my day at the bits is taken up by readers messaging me or emailing me going like, oh my God, I'm having a problem with the disc. What do I do? Who do I contact at the studio? Because, a lot of the studios don't even have customer service,
Nope.
emails anymore or addresses. So it's like, they're coming to me and it's like, listen, I don't get paid by the studio. I try to help people whenever I can, but I don't get paid to be the industry's customer service guy, right? It's like, it's kind of ridiculous. And, I think it's just, this is one more indication of why I feel like, the industry is very much looking at streaming and going, that's where we want to go. And, disc, obviously the pandemic meant that their theatrical revenue got crushed. And so they suddenly realized, oh, wow, we can pad the bottom line by cranking out discs. But clearly they're not well equipped to do it right now. They're just having a problem. And on top of that, you look at Disney. Disney's not releasing anything.
Nope.
They're hardly putting anything out. They're putting new release stuff out, but they are certainly not. They're certainly not releasing a large number of catalog titles.
And they never will again because they want. I get it. They want everyone to go to Disney Plus.
And by the way, this is at a time when literally every other studio is cranking out catalog titles on 4K. They're aggressively mining their catalogs for 4K releases. And Disney's doing a handful a year now.
Bill.
Fox titles they've got.
Let me just ask you: did you know that Kino Lorber is releasing To Live and Die in L.A. in 4K?
Oh yeah, they're releasing a whole bunch of MGM titles.
I know.
My God, The Apartment, Some Like It Hot. They're doing the Sergio Leone trilogy, right? The Man with No Name trilogy.
Bruh, you know what comes out this week? Philip Kaufman's Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 4K.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. We've got a review coming. It's amazing. They really are digging deep. And then meanwhile, we can't get the rest of the Aliens films. We can't get Abyss and True Lies. We can't get Tombstone or The Rock or Armageddon or think of all of those great films that are just. Yeah.
How about Down and Out in Beverly Hills and Ruthless People? Where's Hollywood Pictures? Where is Blood In, Blood Out? Everyone talks about inclusion. Where do my Latino brothers and sisters go to get The Godfather of East Los Angeles, Blood In, Blood Out on 4K? You know where they can't go? Disney and get a 4K disc because they haven't put it out.
Right.
You know why? Because they're racists. No, I'm just kidding.
So, by the way, here's a slight change of subject, but where's our Coke Super Dune box set, man?
I haven't gotten it yet.
You can't hear it. You can't hear. Dieter says he hasn't gotten it yet. It's supposed to come out by Christmas. Oh, Dieter, hang on. We're live, so hang on, Bill. I will convey this to you. Or wait, I'll put. Dieter's going to talk. I'm going to put you into my headphones. So,
okay.
Dieter, where is it?
I still haven't gotten your copy. Okay, Bill? We will have to wait. I don't know when they will come.
Did you hear
When
that,
they
Bill?
will get released.
I did not.
Oh, wait, hang on. One more time. Here, wait. Let me go this one. This side. Dieter?
Bill, I didn't get it yet. I don't know when the release date actually is. I hope we will get it before Christmas.
Did you hear
But
that?
I can't promise you anything.
I did. Excellent. Yeah, because I saw that there was some kind of an announcement that the packaging was going to, most orders were going to be delayed, but if you pre-ordered early, people were going to get it by Christmas. And I got to tell you, man, that package looks gorgeous. The pictures they've shown of it.
Well, I was saying Daniel Griffith sent me his documentary.
Oh yeah, that's great. I
It's
saw that too.
It's fucking, isn't it great?
It's phenomenal. Yeah, that's
It's
great.
fucking
it's a shame
great.
That's not on that disc, man. It really is. It's a shame it's not on that disc.
I mean, there was a whole lot of love in that documentary.
There was, absolutely. And I'll be honest, I can't wait for the Denis Villeneuve Dune to come out on 4K, man. I love that film.
Yeah, but you know what? It'll probably have a fuck up on the Atmos mix. They'll leave out sound effects. They're going to do all kinds of Thank you, Warner Brothers.
Don't get me started on that one.
Let's hope not.
If we would have to exchange those discs.
Well, listen, Bill.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you go, but I just want to call and get your take. And as always, you've been buoyant, effervescent, and knowledgeable. So thank you. And tell people,
It's my pleasure, my friend.
for those who don't know, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me at Bill Hunt Bits on Facebook and Twitter, and obviously the Digital Bits on Facebook and Twitter, plus the Digital Bits website every weekday.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, because it's not out yet, you, my friend, have written a science fiction novel, and you're now currently into the second book. It hasn't come out yet because you don't have an agent or anything like that, but you've written it.
I'm actually into the third one, and the good news is the reason I'm into the third one is because I've got now a plan to get these out into the world.
You mean like the Cylons?
I have a plan. So hopefully early next year, the first one will start to become available. And
Well,
go from there.
I have to say I love the first book. Why don't you tell the viewers right now, what is your book about?
So it's about the crew of a spaceship in the year 2150 that is struggling to uncover a mystery. There is some kind of an unknown force that's causing problems all around the solar system. And these guys, their job is to go out. They're members of Space Guard, whose job it is to go out and rescue people in distress.
Like the Coast Guard, but in space.
Like the Coast Guard, that's exactly right. And they uncover a mystery, a solar system-wide mystery that they've got to try to crack and figure out. And it's really, the whole series of these books is really it's about whether humanity deserves a place in the stars, or whether we're just going to be stuck here in the solar system for the rest of our destiny.
Well, based on the physical media we've been getting, I would say we're stuck.
Certainly at the moment we're stuck, but never lose hope. Never lose hope.
We don't even have a replication plant in America.
We do not. We do not.
Well,
Mexico and Germany.
Bill, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, and hi to everybody out there. And Dieter, good to talk to you briefly.
Yes, sir.
No problem. You're welcome.
We will talk to you soon.
Take care, buddy.
All right, man. See you there.
Bye.
See you there? What the fuck was that? Anyway, that was Bill Hunt from the Digital Bits weighing in on all of this stuff. Dieter, what'd you think? Do you think he's right?
Yeah, correct. Personal is thin, considering. So probably it will take some time for you to get replacement discs for the Road Warrior. And what was surprising, that Beyond Thunderdome is the same.
I didn't realize that. I mean, we don't need another hero. Apparently we do. In the physical media circles, we need a hero at Warner Brothers to fix this shit. And we have one in George Feltenstein. Even though it's not his job, but he'll get involved. He's going to get involved. He's going to fix that shit and make it happen.
Finally. So, Rob,
What'd you buy?
almost now.
What'd you buy this week?
What did I buy? Okay, I start.
What?
From America, Cat in the Bag, Rob.
Ooh.
Something that you probably have done a lot of times in the 80s, party days, coming home in the dark.
Well, yes, I've done a lot of that.
It played on Sundance film festivals, but haven't watched it yet. Coming home.
Wow, that's cool. I don't even know that movie.
Me neither, Rob. Cat in the bag.
Cat in the bag. I love it. Love it.
The next one, Promise Me, action, excellence, and I don't need any more. Fast-paced and action-packed. An Asian movie, but it's the US disc, The Emperor's Sword.
All right. Look at that
Nice.
cover. That's some great artwork.
Yeah, correct. I hope this holds true. Action excellence. The next one, a little bit something different, an anime, but I don't know the books that it's based on. It's called Twittering Birds Never Fly, and it's really actually a nice
Wow.
package.
Twittering bird. Wow, look at that.
It's a little bit, a little bit gay stuff here, as far as I know. And I was surprised. It did come with some extras in it.
Wow.
With a postcard in it.
That's cool. And that's anime, huh?
Yeah, it's an anime. It's as far as I know, a book series and a television series. But this is the movie. I don't know if it precedes the series. I have no idea, Rob. So the poster is in it.
That's
And
cool.
it comes with a booklet. Too, which is actually pretty thick, considering it's just a standard MRA. It has a booklet with explanations, some rough drawings in it. So, Twittering Birds Never Fly. And it has the certification 18 here. For an anime that's really should say something when it gets the highest rating here.
Yeah.
So, Twittering Birds Never.
Don't know the
Fly.
film at all. I mean, I this is one of the things I love about the show when I find out things I've never heard of.
Let me just check. It seems to be on Crunchyroll, I believe. It says 2021, so I think the movie is from 2021.
All right. There
Next
you go.
one.
You mean this year?
Yeah, this year.
This year.
Considering I still love my 3D TV, had to get it. Second of the Croods, and the German title is Everything Back to Start.
Did you
Alles auf Anfang.
my dearest friend Dave Hargrove dropped the green on the Black Widow 3D disc
Yeah.
from Japan. Did you get that?
Yeah, and I showed it. I think some weeks back, Rob. No.
Look, I forget. My
I know.
booze-addled brain forgets things. So, I had to
So I
ask.
got the Croods, the second one, as a 3D Blu-ray. The next one.
So
I
wait,
was
let me
totally-
stop you and ask you about, obviously I have a 3D TV as well.
Yeah.
The last Panasonic Plasma 3D 65-inch set, which is my favorite TV I've ever owned.
Yeah. Me too. Rob, me too. I can't believe that the television is still working. So
Yeah,
on
well,
wood.
and working incredibly well. And my dream is to get a 77-inch Panasonic OLED. They don't sell them in the United States. You can get them in Europe, and they're like $10,000. The first plasma screen I ever bought was $10,000, and my friend Mary Forrest, I don't even know if it still works. It was in her house. I bequeathed it to her, but I have all the Marvel 3D titles except Black Widow. I have a lot of 3D movies. I will buy anything in 3D, but one day it's going to be, obviously physical media will be gone too, because no one's going to make, beyond the gaming systems, after PlayStation and Xbox, we're not going to have, who's going to make a Blu-ray player or a 4K player? It'll be gone. In 10 years, this will all be gone. So what are you going to do about 3D moving forward? Do you just hope are you going to buy a new TV and put your 3D TV away until you want to use it? What are you going to do?
The solution would actually be a projector, since most projectors actually support 3D not TVs anymore, but projectors. It would be okay. A little bit of a head scratcher to put a projector here, but that would be an option. And I think I haven't checked it out. I think if you buy the VR set for the PlayStation, that you can watch 3D with the VR set. As far as I know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's totally interesting, Rob. But I haven't delved into that topic.
No, neither have I. I mean, and I have a lot of 3D discs.
But that would be a little bit of another solution. So these two solutions, projector probably, or this VR set.
Well, you'd think, I mean, in foreign territories, the 3D discs must sell enough that it makes it worthwhile to put them out.
Yeah.
So,
for me, the only thing that I don't understand, Rob, I get it. You don't need to put 3D in every television of your line. But can there be at least one TV in your product line that supports it? At least one. That's what I don't get. It's gotten rid of immediately. I get it that the most of a product line doesn't feature it, but shouldn't it be a little bit of a nice feature for some people, at least in one TV of your product line?
I'm with you 100%. I agree.
Yeah, correct. So I got the Crew 3D. The next one I saw back in the day in theaters. It blew me away back then, but now it's probably looking more like a cutscene from a movie, but I had to get it. I loved Final Fantasy back in the day.
Okay, you know what? I did too. And of course, it was one of the first they were trying to, it was like, there's 3D rendered people. And they were in the uncanny valley and all that, but I liked the movie.
Yeah, me too, Rob. And I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't know if the 4K really brings anything to the.
I only ever saw it
itself.
once, so maybe I should buy it and watch it too.
Yeah. But considering the CG nowadays, it's probably, I don't know if it holds up.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. But the story's interesting.
Yeah, correct. I like the story too. So it was back in the day. It was really the visuals and the story. Also had really nice memory of seeing Final Fantasy in the theater. From the UK, Rob, an older movie. Sailor suit and machine gun.
Oh boy, my yellow fever comes out on this show, just so you know.
If I can find out from when is the movie exactly. So it contains, it says here, original theatrical and longer complete versions of the movie. And it comes inside with booklets, the inside.
And that's Arrow, huh?
Yep. Let me just check. Yes,
it is.
Rob.
Yeah.
Yes, Rob. And it has a nice booklet in it too.
Sailor Moon. Hello, ladies. That looks good. Have you seen this movie before, or was this a Cat in the Bag?
Cat in the Bag, Rob. Cat in the Bag.
Okay. All right.
So it contains sexual threat and strong violence and sex.
Which pretty much makes it awesome.
Awesome. Correct. So this is the first part of my haul. What did you get, Rob?
Well, as you know, I did get the Mad Max anthology, which now apparently is useless, but whatever. Okay. Now, I have to say I have a lot of stuff coming that is not here. Criterion sale stuff, stuff from Europe. I've not got my Robotrix yet that Amazon UK was sending me, but as a David Cronenberg fan, I was happy to get from M. Butterfly. Not one of his better movies, but I like it. Jeremy Irons, great performance. And people in the UK, November 20th, shout out to Emma Bannon, our transgendered brothers and sisters. Thank God I can say it's binary, but I want to say that was the Transgender Day of Remembrance was November 20th. And I think this film had, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's great. And then, okay, I'm going to show this.
Yeah.
People are going to laugh. They're going to wonder why. And I'm going to say this movie is fucking.
What titles I show, Rob. How could they?
You're gonna see.
They put you on a higher standard, Rob. So I
Not a
think
higher
that will
standard,
show.
but this is a film. I will die on this hill, Dieter. I love this movie. This is a very smart movie. This is the 20th anniversary edition.
Okay. Yes, Rob. But I have
Josie and the Pussycats. This movie fucking
Rocks.
rules. If
Yeah.
you haven't seen this movie is smart. It is funny.
The soundtrack too.
I want to be your backdoor lover.
Yeah.
I do. This movie fucking rules. And I do not apologize. If you haven't seen Josie and the Pussycats,
The Pussycats.
you do not know what's
I'm
up.
still
And it's-
waiting on. I'm still waiting on my copy, Rob. It's on its way,
Dude.
It's on its way.
Did you buy this?
Great.
I love that you...
Yeah.
That's why
of course I will.
you and I, friend, are on the same page. My God, we are.
Sometimes we park our shuttle in the same.
No, most of the time. Now I have to say, shout out to Paramount. I did not get my Vanilla Sky remaster, but people who watch the show know I did buy this. One of my favorite movies. They remastered it again. Ragtime.
Oh,
Milos Forman, who directed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Amadeus, between those movies, he made this film. I love this movie. It is so good. Where is Avalon? I don't know why, but we don't have it. I love this film. This is part of the new Paramount. I mean, here's the thing. Why isn't this in 4? Why, Damie? Why isn't this in 4K? Like, you remastered it. Why isn't Paramount releasing this shit in 4K?
Paramount Plus.
They're doing, I know, but they're doing great stuff. And the fact that they put this out, they're doing all these great remasters. They did Almost Famous in 4K. Give me, this movie deserves to be in 4K.
And
but
until now, I don't think any exchange program.
I know. And then I had to buy it. I had to get it.
I've seen it, Rob. I bought it too, but I haven't gotten it. The new
Candyman.
Candyman. Have you seen it, Rob?
Candyman. No, I haven't seen it. I had to buy it. I have not seen it. I'm going to watch it. I had to buy it. Now, okay, this next one, it's a 4K steelbook. When I saw that this shit was...
already awesome.
Well, okay, Sion Sono, who, I don't know if that... he's a Japanese film director.
Wait a little moment. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Come on. This movie kicks fucking ass.
You've seen it already, Rob.
Yes.
I didn't.
Oh, dude. Come on. Science Sono.
Awesome.
I mean, Suicide Club, Love Exposure. This is a crazy... I mean, people talk about Takashi Miike. I mean, Science Sono, this director is just as fucking crazy. And this movie, his first English language film. Come on, man. Dude.
Awesome. I haven't watched it, Rob. I wanted to see it before the
Oh, no,
show,
no.
But I didn't
You
find
will love this movie.
Awesome, Rob.
It's
Got it too.
it's
Prisoners.
and then I guess this would be my special edition or whatever. This is all.
Yeah,
this
okay.
also came out because you know how much I love my Studio Canal box sets, bruh.
You got it. Awesome.
Look at this.
The Outsiders.
Look at that. Okay, this disc. I mean, it's always funny to look at what they do.
It's different than mine from ours.
I mean, this is
great.
chonky.
Awesome.
This is the like as Justin would say. I mean, this set is so huge. It's gigantic, and I let me just pull out all the swag that's in it. But there's, first of all, hang on. It's so unruly, but let me just show you this. When you open,
mine was little easier to handle.
dude. I mean, this is just. It's enormous.
Oh, this got five disc. Okay.
It's huge, and I just lost. I mean, I've lost. There were buttons that I can put on my Levi jacket that I don't have because I haven't had one since I was a kid. But there's buttons that say "Stay Gold." There is, I mean, there's there's pictures of the cast. There's posters. I mean, I don't even know what this looks like. Let's open it up.
Yeah.
Wow. Now this is even different artwork than is on the cover. I mean, look at that. It's pretty cool.
Great. Yeah.
I mean, if I lived in West Hollywood, I would have this in my bathroom. But yeah, it's great. There's so much cool shit in here. And of course, we got a great booklet, and it's thick. I mean, this is one of these great. I mean, these are like you'd buy this in a bookstore. Huge, huge books. And then of course the actual new artwork poster, and there are buttons like that say "Stay Gold," but they have fallen on the ground. I don't know where they are. I will find them later. But again, another great box set from Studio Canal. Now, the last thing I want to show is not a movie, Dieter.
Okay.
I've been showing this. It's very exciting. This is a book, the sequel to Buckaroo Banzai. I mean, my God, Buckaroo Banzai versus the World Crime League. This movie came out in 1984. Here's the official sequel. I was told that there was a graphic novel done. I didn't know that, but this is a very thick novel written by Earl Max Rauch, who wrote the script, and then also the Reno Kid. So it's very meta. But this is from Dark Horse Comics, and this is a very dense novel. So anyway,
lot to read.
Yes, so there you go. That is my haul for the week. But I have to say, even today, I'm waiting for my Criterion order that has the things I ordered, like Once Upon a Time in China, 1, 2, and 3, Mulholland Drive. And I ordered, I have to say, Amazon, because of Bill Hunt, had a sale on 4K discs, and they were $7.99. And I think I bought 10 of them, like Ready Player One and the extended version of The Martian. Things I never bought Ready Player One, but at $7.99, it's got to go in the collection.
Correct, a steal.
Yeah.
So I still have some titles, but I would say let me just quickly skim through the live chats from last week. Are not that many. So previously on Let's Get
Physical Media.
Physical Media. House, Father said, I have a pen and scan DVD of Fellowship of the Ring that I got for free 20 years ago. Is it worth anything? No, House.
There's no pen and scan version of Fellowship of the Ring. Come on, man. And if there is, why would you want it?
Yep, but he said he got it for free, but it's not worth anything. Okay?
No.
But a lot of stuff that I own is probably not worth anything anymore.
It's okay. It's okay.
Considering our friend Stubble Rob, I haven't checked Wheels of Time yet. Have you? Didn't get it wrong?
No, because I need to sit down and concentrate.
Yeah, correct. Victor Fontaine, all I want to know is when the IMAX-enhanced Marvel movies coming to physical media.
Never.
Never.
Can we talk about that? That was another thing that happened. So we talked about. I think we talked about it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
They're never going to come to physical media. Never.
No. Probably not. But Terry gave me a nice tip, my friend Terry, considering we talked about it last week.
He's my friend too, you know. Just saying.
Yeah. Considering the IMAX aspect ratio, that I probably said I wouldn't probably put the disc of Endgame in the drive anymore, considering I get the IMAX version on Disney Plus. And Terry said, put the disc in, but then watch it on Disney. You know, a little bit of a double letter.
Well, the thing is, the 4K disc. I mean, I hate to say it, but Disney has fucked us all because the versions of their Atmos mixes and now IMAX, they're just better versions. I mean, we still have to deal with the streaming, the degradation of the picture quality, but they've made it so the optimal, the best way to watch the Marvel movies is on Disney Plus if you have a system, you know, home theater system that can. Yep. And I think that sucks. But what no one cares.
But Slice Knight said, I still noticed, he said, some compression artifacts watching the IMAX enhanced Shang-Chi. So I'll still get the 4K Steelbook. And Slice Knight, since you get it, I got it too here.
You got your Shang-Chi Steelbook already?
Yeah, Rob.
Oh my. Did you get that from Zavi?
No, from Amazon Germany, Rob. This is German,
damn it.
rating.
God
German
damn it.
rating.
I have so many things coming. I don't even have my Robotrix. Come on now.
Yeah. And there's the insert, and I was really asking myself, Rob, should I get it? Should I leave it out? Because I will try to get, of course, the Japanese version, which comes with the 3D, and hope again the 3D will have open aspect ratio for the movie, like Widow did. That would be
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, shout out to my Japanese brothers and sisters. The Japanese know what's up, man. They're at the forefront of making sure that physical media still exists. So God bless the Japanese. God bless them.
The Grassy Knolls said it's so much more than the aspect ratio, new HDR image, and DTS audio specs as well. But I think the DTS audio will come at a later time. It's not available yet, as far as.
But that's the problem. I mean, that stuff wasn't even available on the home video releases. I mean, Disney, who used to be at the forefront of home video, is actively seeking out to kill it because of Disney Plus. And I understand that. I get it. Disney Plus is going to be here for 1,000 years. And I'll be dead in maybe next week. But hopefully not, because I have things on order. But it's I get it. I understand. I just wish our pipelines, you don't get the picture you get on a disc, a 4K.
No.
I want a 4K IMAX version. I mean, Warner Brothers pioneered this. Warner Brothers with things like The Dark Knight. They put to back up so people know what we're talking about. When there are movies that are either they are filmed partially in IMAX, like Christopher Nolan's films were at first, like The Dark Knight, and on home video, IMAX versions are basically square, like Zack Snyder. And so what happens is when you have the 2:3:5 aspect ratio, or 2:3:9, and then it would go to IMAX, Warner Brothers was the first studio that preserved that on home video. And I think it was with Christopher Nolan films, but I might be wrong. I don't know if that was the first. But it was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. So they released like the Joker heist scene from the beginning of Dark Knight. That was released in theaters a year before The Dark Knight came out. And it was
a little promotion for the movie.
Yes, and it was shot entirely in IMAX. So they released that on home video. That sequence is full frame. It's not, and Disney opted not to do that. Like, even though Infinity War and Endgame were shot partially in IMAX, or maybe entirely in IMAX, when you saw it in the theater,
entirely.
Okay, entirely. The aspect ratio was not 2:3:9; it was square. And when you see things like Thanos, the IMAX version, you see his whole head, but he was frequently cut off. And the fact that Disney did not do that in their physical releases, even in 4K, is disappointing.
Absolutely. Considering your trouble with Arrow, Charlie the Unicorn said, and what Arrow answered to your request, Charlie the Unicorn said, Rob's next door neighbor has a great physical media collection on Rob's dime.
No, I and you know what's really funny? Arrow knows they have the problem. They know what happened, and they tried to pass the buck. Well, sir, have you looked into this? Yes, motherfuckers, I have. I love you, Arrow. I love you. I have such love in my heart for you. But really, in Hollywood, when you're working on low-budget indie movies, as an editor, if there's ever a problem at a post house, the post house always blames the editor. Always. They have for 25 years. When you first started editing on the Avid, I would find wrong time code numbers. And I would say to the producer, here's the wrong thing. They have to go do a new transfer for you. You already paid for it. And I would say to the producers, I'm like, they're going to tell you the problem is mine. They're going to blame the editor. But you'll say, that's what my editor told you you would say, and here's what he gave me. And then you show them exactly what I've circled. Here's exactly the problem. They need to go fix it. And we're again, Arrow Home Video on social media is still blaming the editor for pointing out your fuck up. Just saying.
Okay. And Tim Hens, one of my new contacts, said, love it when R&B goes off on an epic rant. You simply don't piss off the Burnett. You know?
But the thing is, I do it out of love. It's anger, but it's also ultimately it's based on I just want. Here's the thing. My go-to position in life is I just want everything to be cool and fucking awesome. And I don't understand why everyone else doesn't feel the same way. You do. You want everything to be fucking cool and awesome, don't you?
Of course. Especially
and that should be. Here's the thing.
You know?
If your opinion or your job or whatever, if it isn't cool and fucking awesome, perhaps you should change those things and make sure that they are. Just saying. It's a lifestyle choice.
Just a little shout out to my friend Simon in the live chat. I've seen he's up. Okay. And Tim Hens came back. Never liked Rocky 4 at all, to be honest. Nothing but a Cold War propaganda movie. Come on, Tim. Like I said.
Dude,
Rocky
come
4,
on now.
Rocky 4 stopped the Cold War, actually. You know? Rocky 4 was
if it wasn't for Rocky 4,
Yeah.
your Berlin Wall would
USA.
never have fallen.
Yeah, correct. Stubble McShave, I don't know if he's trolling, Rob. He said, Dota is great, but the editing is a bit off, running for cover. You know, the editing would be a little bit off on Dota. Stubble, you know, he's poking the bear. Rob, you know?
Hey, you know what? Wheel of Time fucking sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Stubble. It's okay. He's 6'5". He'd stomp on my ass.
We haven't watched it yet. Okay. Michael Brown said, "Hi all. Hey Dieter. Last two movies outings to theater for Dune and Eternals were meh. You know, art is in the eye of the beholder, and I wasn't impressed. Cheers to those who did enjoy those two movies. You know." And I made a mistake last week, Rob. I skimmed over the live chat, and I asked you if you have seen Blade Runner, Black Lotus, the anime show.
I have not. I have not.
Just skimmed over the live chat, and I read a post from Degrassi Knowles that said, and I thought I read Black Lotus is on HBO Max in the US, and he wrote, is not on HBO Max in the US. So the show Black Lotus Blade Runner is not on HBO Max in the US, unfortunately. But strangely, Terje from Norway said it's on HBO Max in Norway. Strangely,
well, it's a Warner Brothers property. I did not know that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, correct. So let me just see, and then Brian Hepburn, man, he made me jealous, Rob. He made me jealous.
Really?
He said, I'm waiting for my Xbox Series X Halo Infinite Limited Edition console to ship. It's the Xbox Series X, but with a special design, Halo design. It looks awesome. So, Brian, good on you. I hope you already got it. Okay? And Slice Knight said, 100% Dieter, it bites that games aren't on disc anymore. You get the disc, but they are only, 10 megabytes.
Yeah, and you have to, I mean, they're huge. Games are like 100 gigabytes, so it takes all night to download them.
Correct.
Even if you have a full-on, like
Forza 5, Rob. It has 100 gigabytes to download before you can start.
That's like 24 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so you start the download early. And then, last one, my friend Glenn. Glenn said, Dieter, I have a good place for your Space Jam Steelbook. It's called the dustbin. Somebody's not liking the old Space Jam. Rob.
Why is that? I mean, that's, come on now.
It's nostalgia. At least the first one I like, Mark O'Brien said, is Dolby Vision on Xbox yet? As far as I know, Mark, yes. The Xbox Series X supports Dolby Vision to my knowledge. There was an update, I believe. So it should be possible to watch Dolby Vision on the Xbox Series X. And considering my taste, Tim Hans said, what the fuck? Sky Sharks, And Emil Johansson, I hope he defends me. He said, Dieter's taste, us mortals can't understand. From Emil Johansson. And
those Swedes, man, leave it to the Swedes. Yeah. By the way, can I just say that, speaking of Swedes, Stubble McShave sends in a tip.
Okay, Stubble.
And he says, Rob, when are you going to officially change the name of this show to the Dieter Show? Stubble, on that note, I'm dumping Dieter Bastian. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Get Physical Media. I am your host, Robert Meyer Burnett, and there's no one else on the show. Come on, Stubble. I know you're trolling.
One and one.
I get it. I love you, man. But you should be celebrating. You're having a great week, dude.
Correct, but I can't tell you anything about Sky Shark. Haven't seen it, but there was a lot of people. Blue Rock, Sky Sharks actually looks fun.
Does it though? Does it really?
Know.
Does Sky Shark look fun?
Dieter is the best trash panda ever, and Blue Rock answered to Charlie halt. Charlie the Unicorn said, Sky Sharks, I didn't even know I needed this movie.
I know.
Blue Rock answered, my thoughts exactly.
That's why Let's Get Physical Media is your essential viewing every week. And by the way, Dieter, since I bring this up, next week is our, it's Thanksgiving weekend. It's a holiday weekend in America, but it is our...
I leave it up to you if you do something.
No. What? Of course, it's our...
I don't know if you have plans.
Yeah, I got plans on Thursday to eat turkey and get drunk and stuff my stuffing in my stuffage, whatever. Next week is our 50th episode. Our 50th Let's Get Physical Media episode. We have to do something special.
We're almost coming up to 1 year then.
Yeah. Well, we're past a year because we had to skip sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So I would say, maybe it's our 50th episode. I mean, our year long. Let's just call it that, because there are times when we had to skip a week or two. Like, you couldn't be on it 1 week. Remember, I had George Feltenstein on,
right.
But
time shiftings going on.
But the fact that we have made this, we've extended our friendship to at least 100 hours of programming on YouTube.
At least until you get that Dune from Koch.
Well, yeah, then I'm dumping your ass. It's like, bye. I got the shit right behind me that I haven't sent you in a year, so fuck off. Now that I've got my Coke Dune.
You can put it in a suitcase when Elizabeth comes to Germany. I will pick it up in Berlin then.
Dude, Elizabeth is coming. I'm coming to Germany. I'm telling you, at the end of April, I'm coming to Germany. You better have your room picked up because I have to sleep on the floor. I'm going to use your physical media as pillows. I'm coming. If you want me to get, if there's a Motel 6 in Saarbrücken, I'll stay there. I will. But I'm coming. You and I, you know what we're going to do just to piss Elizabeth off? We're going to drive past the border and go to France. And we're gonna do a live episode, and we're gonna get random French people to just come on and speak French.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna go buy that hard target with the.
Have a lot of worker colleagues, Rob, who can speak both languages, unlike me, unfortunately.
Dude, we're gonna have Patrick come on. We're gonna have Patrick's daughter Mia's gonna come on. We are gonna do the ultimate live broadcast of Let's Get Physical Media from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. I'm telling you, it's gonna fucking rule. Okay. Don't laugh. Don't brush me off.
Okay.
Just saying.
Don't brush you off. Okay.
I'm coming.
Okay.
The Americans are coming. The Allied The Allied forces are going to land in Germany
European
once
vacation
again.
is on the horizon. A European vacation.
Yes. Yes. And you and I, we're going to get in a car and drive.
So if you leave, I'm like the Chevy Chase movies. Who were those people? You know.
Dude, you and I should spend a week driving across Europe, just meeting people and putting them on our show. It'll be like the ultimate Robservation International Nation tour.
Yeah. Correct.
Laugh all you want.
Okay, let's.
You think.
Yeah.
Why are you not excited about
recommend-
this? It's fine.
I would be, Rob. I make a mental
Please go
note,
on.
you know?
Please, it's a fine. It's good.
Brian CF said, I bought the same game, Guardians of the Galaxy, on PS5. Why your Xbox package looks so much better? Okay, like Rob said, it's the Cosmic Deluxe Edition.
Yeah.
But, it was a little bit more pricier, Brian. So you
Yeah.
got it a little bit cheaper. Donnie Pearson said, I thought the Columbia Pictures Spider-Man movie trilogy is still on physical home media. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is, Donnie Pearson.
It is,
So,
and you can buy a box set in 4K
yeah, correct. So
of those movies.
I actually don't know what you're talking about, okay? Let me just see if there was something else. Tim Hans said, Dieter should let Rob move to Deutschland and stay with him. There is no place for anyone else.
Dude, I'm gonna
Don't
come
own
to
a house,
Saarbrücken.
you know?
I'll get a hotel room. I'm sure they're like cheap. I don't think Saarbrücken is the
We will find
tourist
something.
spot
We will
of Germany.
You could actually stay in my old room with my mom.
Yeah, I'll do that. Can I call your mom up and be like, she'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
you're the guy that says Saarbrücken Deutschland on YouTube.
Correct. That's the part she understands, Rob. That's the
Yeah.
part she understands.
So like, I'm sure your mom would love to see me. I'll see
Totally.
like Sin lieb, sin tot. The only
Yeah, yeah.
German I know is on the La Femme Nikita poster. That's it.
Nikita. Correct.
Sin hat kein Angst. Sin lieb,
Yeah.
sin tot. That's all I know. That's my German.
She has no fear, Rob. She has no fear.
Well, there you go.
Ilmatic for 20 said, and I couldn't applaud you more. I don't need another Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. So, Rob, just a little quick on the box office here in Germany. Last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the second weekend, which were for Eternals, they couldn't hold the first place. James Bond was back up again on first place in its seventh week, Rob. Unbelievable how good No Time to Die is running.
It's almost at 750 million worldwide
yeah.
in the pandemic. I mean, it just goes to show you that James Bond is the gift that keeps on giving.
Correct. So I have a few discs, or should we do super chats first?
We have super chat. Let's rifle through
Okay.
because there's some great super chats. Would you be surprised that Willow Yang sends in a super chat? I wouldn't. She says
Willow.
she tips. She says, if there is a prize, whether it's $1 billion or William Shatner becoming your best friend, or Jennifer Lawrence falling in love with you, that would make you participate in the Squid Game. Dieter?
Could you repeat that, Rob?
Okay.
Repeat that?
Basically what she's saying is, if Jennifer Lawrence would be your girlfriend or marry you, or for me, William Shatner would be my best friend,
Oh, that's for you.
would
Okay.
that make you, would you participate in the Squid Game if that was the reward? If Jennifer Lawrence would be your wife.
So I first had to go through the Squid Game
Yeah,
troubles,
you'd have to
and then
win,
the-
dude. You have to win. There's like 456 people. You have to win of all those people. Would you?
problem
But you
that-
get to marry Jennifer Lawrence. That means like every night of your life, you could caress her naked body in your bed. Would you play the Squid Game for that?
Now that I know what the games are,
They'll change it up.
upset.
They're not going to play those same games twice. Come on now.
considering there are games in it that I would probably lose my life.
Yes. but you'd be able to
Always
caress
yes.
Jennifer
I
Lawrence's
forgot.
ass
Always
every
say-
night. You
always
could just
say
like
yes.
reach over and caress her butt, like whenever you wanted to.
So I say yes. Even
Wow.
if I probably
Wow.
wouldn't make it through the first round.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like what Val Kilmer said in Heat. The risk is worth it. You know,
No pain, no gain.
right? Well, it's nice to know that Jennifer Lawrence, you hold her in that high esteem, and I think that people need to remember, for all the horrors that people accuse straight white men of, we still love our ladies. You know.
So the question is for Europe: would you, since you were befriended with Shatner, do a Squid Game to befriended him again?
Fuck no.
Fuck
No.
okay.
No. I mean, the only
Yeah,
thing, like maybe if you said, hey, Blackpink's La Lisa. But here's the thing. That objectifies her. I don't know her. She could be a big pain in the ass, and it's not fair. And so could Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, I'd have to know somebody.
totally.
I'd have to at least sit down and have a little afternoon tea with someone before I'm going to put my life on the line.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So Willow, give us that a little tea session.
Yeah, but Willow, you know, I mean, there are, you know, it's fine. I have to say, to be honest, Elizabeth, the ace, the arbiter of cinematic excellence, and the enchantress of entertainment, she's a great mother and a great friend. I would put my life on the line for her first, before some celebrity crush, because she deserves that.
So Willow, does that actually mean you finally watched Squid Game? Hopefully.
Let's hope she did. Dieter's Nightmare sends in a tip.
Is that
Dieter's
okay?
Nightmare says, viewing Dieter's Dream. Tuning in at 7:20, Dieter sees Jennifer Lawrence standing in his doorway in just her panties. Coming in at 10:80, Dieter feels her rubbing against him. And now at 4K, it is revealed to be Rob wearing a Jen mask. Dieter, damn you, Rob. Well, first of all, that's kind of funny, but I'm not gonna, no matter how good if I have a real doll disguise or whatever, I'm not gonna be rubbing on Dieter. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm just not gonna do that. I know Germans like that shit, but I'm not gonna do that. Not because I'm fearful of it. I'm just fearful he's gonna like it too much because I'm that good. Just saying. So Dieter's Nightmare, thanks for supporting the channel. Blue Rock sends in a very generous super chat. Blue Rock says, "Hi, Rob and Dieter. I just walked out of Barnes & Noble. I picked up Criterion titles." Wow. Okay. Let me just say, Blue Rock, hang on. Let me just say what he got. The Irishman, the Failsafe, the Complete Monterey Pop Festival, War of the Worlds, Secrets and Lies, David Mamet's House of Games, and the Parallax View, Alan Pakula, Warren Beatty. Fuck yeah, dude. Blue Rock, your taste is amazing. And thank you for supporting the channel. You know what? All that money you saved, you just gave to us. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. But that's a great selection of films. Really good. The Parallax View was a grail title for me. I had
you already got it, Rob.
Yeah, no, I have it. I got it the week it came out, but I didn't know if it would ever come out. It's a Paramount title. They did a great job. It's amazing. Our own Jack Wallace, and of course his son, one of the great action figure photographers of all time. Yeah. Jack Wallace says, Zavi, I finally shipped my Middle-earth Ultimate Edition yesterday. Special features on that are bullshit, by the way. Yes. Also, Aiden and I saw Ghostbusters last night, and we loved it. Now, first of all, Jack Wallace is one of the people that there are people in this world that make humanity a better place to be. And Jack Wallace and his son Aiden are one of those people. Jack Wallace, he is a leather smith. He made I had him make me for Elizabeth a pouch to put her paint brushes in because she's an artist. And one day I actually have have a box. It's actually, wait, it's right over there. I have a giant box, and I hate to say this. I keep saying it. I need to send it. Aiden is going to get, you know what? We have to move now. We have to move. So I'm going to send this box. It's got 5 hardcovers of Justice League International. It's got Teen Titans hardcovers. It's got all kinds of action figures. I just need to send them.
Just make a stop with the U-Haul on every...
And by the way, your box, I mean, behind me, I've got your shit. The Haunted or whatever. It's still there. Darth Plagueis sends in a super chat and says, Robin Dieter, will we have Heat on 4K with glorious Atmos track? Well, it's been announced.
Yeah.
Apparently, we don't want Warner Brothers to put it out.
But it is a Warner Brothers title, so...
Yeah. I mean, I hope so, because my God, how great would that be? Atmos?
Just take care that everything is in order and put it out. Even delay it if it's not ready.
I'd love to see it. NJR1984 sends in a chat and says, I can't believe these are professional movie studios putting out half-assed discs. Why not just hire boutique companies to come in and do it? Well, if I might bang on about Arrow, they move their server and all their pre-orders get wiped out, and I don't have discs I already paid for. So
don't forget, even Arrow had exchange programs.
Yeah, like Donnie Darko.
Correct.
And I'm just saying, I mean, like, here's the problem. No one wants to work hard anymore. And the fact is, our entire planet is suffering because people are lazy fucks. Dieter and I are not.
Yep.
That's why we're talking to you right now. But no, I'm just kidding. Not really. But you'd think that the studios, they have one job. Well, actually, they have 2 jobs. Release good movies and release good movies on home video. And
keep the release date as possible.
It's astonishing to me that they don't. It's not good. Not good. Not good. Wouldn't be prudent. 200-watt studio.
Yeah.
Big fan. Says, wow. How come Dieter...
What's now? What's up?
How come Dieter gets what he orders from Arrow, but not Rob?
Yep.
Also, what the hell, Criterion? How can you fuck up Citizen Kane? Also, I hate audio revisions. Me too. Like, what the fuck, you guys? You know what? It's like everything. The modern era believes that they have to come in and correct what happened for the last 10,000 years of human history. There's a reason why we're here now. There's a reason why you have the ability to come correct us. Because of the last 10,000 years. It was a long process. You don't all know shit. But you know what? 200-watt studio? You're right. Don't know. As the drinker would say, don't know.
Don't know. But 200-watt studio, I didn't order that Arrow title from Arrow itself. It was an Amazon order. So that's why I got it.
Well, that's good. A 200-watt studio goes on to say,
yeah,
this is actually pretty funny. Criterion Citizen Kane. The transfer is too teal and orange. For a black and white movie, I hope not. But that's, you know what? I bow to you. That's a funny joke. Michael Preston sends in the super chat and says, hi, Rob and Dieter. I watched Disco. Could Burnham stop saying good job to everyone for everything, and for God's sake, stop doing everyone's job? Thanks, guys. Well, here's my answer to that. No, because apparently, I mean, Star Trek Discovery should just be called Star Trek. Michael Burnham is the most awesome person in the entire universe. And here's okay, since you brought it up, Star Trek was always a show about excellence. Yeah, we focused on the command crew. Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, Sulu, Chekhov, Uhura. But you also knew that the ship was full of really competent people. You had the best of the best. And if Kirk left the ship and he had to delegate command to Scotty. Kirk knew that Scotty could command, even in a battle situation, if need be. Star Trek Discovery gives us a character that none of her crewmates can do a job as good as she can. And it's a really insidious lesson to portray. Like, you have, and now that you're in the 32nd century, Burnham's like, well, I was an incredible work-bee pilot. Yeah, in the 23rd century, you're 900 years in the future. Why is it that you still think that you can manipulate technology and make it's Star Trek Discovery, to me, is everything wrong with Western civilization now. I know it's hyperbolic, but you know what? It is. Just saying. So, Dieter, therein ends my rant. Connie Sang, the lovely Connie Sang. Connie Sang says, great show, guys. Hearing about the issues with the Criterion Citizen Kane really triggers this project manager. How can that happen?
We don't know.
That was a very good critical drinker. I mean, I honestly, to be honest, Dieter, this is all very technical. I mean, you're manipulating things, you're doing things. It's really shocking that like, it means no one watched the test, the check disc. They would send me, like, watch this disc. If there's a problem, we'll fix it. No one watched the check disc for the Blu-ray? Like, how I don't know. I mean,
Correct.
it is a systemic failure on an epic level. Mikey Lito, one of the great members of the Post-Geek Singularity, Mikey Lito says, in the Heights, tick, tick, boom. Encanto, LMM, apostrophe. You know what? I was wondering if Mikey Lito would like Tick, Tick, Boom. I knew he probably would, but my God, it's so good, isn't it? And he loves In the Heights. Mikey Lito and I, we park our shuttlecrafts in the same shuttle bay. I'm just saying.
And that's why I did get back to the live chat, because I forgot one, Rob.
Huh?
Because Charlie the Unicorn said, Rob parks a lot of stuff in the shuttle bay. Luckily, Charlie, it's a virtual shuttle bay, so it can
It's endless. It's gigantic.
to infinity, you know?
Yeah. And let me tell you, I mean, I was telling Elizabeth this. I mean, I saw on a stream, there's a $13 million brownstone or townhouse that I would love to buy in New York. And Elizabeth's like, well, if you want to manifest something, just dream it up. Well, okay. Or Oprah says The Secret. There is a $13 million brownstone that I want to own in New York. And I promise, if you guys send me that money, it'll be the ultimate crash pad. Dieter, come over and stay there. It'll have all my hot toys. It'll have all of my physical media. And it's only $13 million. It's on the Upper East Side. It's amazing. So, all of you, and I'll tell you, Mike Alito, I'm going to give him a permanent room, and Rita, oh, I said her name, she can have a room too, you know, and we'll all live there to be the ultimate clubhouse for the Post-Geek Singularity. Anyway, so Chris C. says, if you sleep at Dieter's, you'll wake up strapped to a chair, and he'll make you watch every version of the Hunger Games he owns, Clockwork Orange style. Well, I mean,
there's probably better stuff.
Wait, are you telling me
worse stuff that I could show him? Worse stuff that I could show him.
Well, yeah, you're German. I mean,
sets, you know?
No one makes horrible, independent, crazy videos than the Germans do. But you know, I like the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And you know, Jennifer Lawrence, she's a hottie.
Sit through all editions, but I think he would make it. It's not Discovery, okay?
Oh God, nothing is. Tom Jr. Jackson, Mr. Goof People himself. Tom says, Nice to see Dieter come out of the dumpster.
With which purchase, Tom?
Well, okay. I don't know what I.
Prisoners of the Ghostland, the same that Rob has.
How isn't it? Don't you
Tom,
love it?
but Tom-
Don't you love it when we buy the same shit?
Of course, but
So good.
Tom, I'm not finished yet. But okay, I've only got 3 left, so probably get through it without any trash titles.
Well, do you want to start right now? Just go ahead.
Okay, the last 3. Sometimes, Rob, you have to eat a call. A little bit of music from the Swedish band Hammerfall.
Wow.
Live Against the World.
Look at that.
Nice,
That's beautiful.
Nice digipack, That was a gig in Ludwigsburg,
Wow.
Ludwigsburg here in Germany, and it has a nice fold out, which has the cover artwork again.
Look at that. Wow.
So and nice pictures of the show. So
Very,
Hammerfall
very colorful.
live Against the World. Unfortunately, didn't get around to it to be part in this gig, and it comes with the Blu-ray and 2 CDs of the concert. Hammerfall, Live Against the World.
Pretty sweet.
And as I mentioned it, this one will not be my only copy.
Is that a steelbook? What is that?
This is the steelbook. The steelbook.
Nice. Wow, that's cool.
But like I said, this wouldn't be my only Suicide Squad, the only one. So I've got my second one this week, Rob, from Hong Kong, the sticky pack with a little.
Wow, look at that. How cool is that? And wow.
Lenticular cover.
Lenticular cover on a steelbook.
No,
Or
it's
a
not
book.
steelbook, Rob. It's a
It's
digi.
a digipack, as you say,
Yeah.
digipack, but diggy, yes.
Digi, correct, Rob. Digi. So, and Rob, I don't have to read anything. They are just pictures.
Pictures. Wow.
So I don't
That's
have to
pretty
read
dope.
that.
That's
Plus-
really cool.
And what the great thing was, Rob, I remember ordering it, and it said Digibook with a poster. So I was thinking about, like we know, folded poster in it.
Yeah, yeah.
There was no poster, so I thought, okay, perhaps I ordered a digipack without a poster. Wasn't sure anymore. And then 3 days later, Rob,
No.
to my surprise,
Come on.
this came in the poster.
No.
A rolled poster, Rob, not folded.
Is that lenticular?
From the Suicide Squad. No, but it's shiny, Rob. It's shiny.
Oh, dude, look at that's dope. You got to frame that shit, son.
It's
That's
shiny,
really
Rob.
cool. That's really cool. Wow.
Yeah, and it's wrong.
Leave
Rob.
it to the
Not wrong.
Koreans to not let you down.
I didn't expect it anymore because it came 3 days later. Then
That's like Lalisa's solo album. She didn't let me down either, even though she's Thai. I get it. Still, Blackpink, Korean band. It's fine.
Squad Digibook with
That's really
poster.
cool, man. Really cool. Very awesome.
and the last one. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it, Rob. And it's a media book,
Uh-oh.
and it's called, Rob. You know the movie. Not that you've seen it, but you know that it would come out soon.
Boy, who stars in
41.
that movie, Dieter? Who stars in that
Yes.
movie?
And Matilda Lutz, that we both know from one of our favorites, rape and revenge movies, Revenge.
Okay, I just want you to say don't
Travis
ever
Fimmel
say
from
don't ever say our favorite rape and revenge movies. You should say that the genre of rape and revenge films that we appreciate the rough, whatever. Just don't say our favorite.
But isn't it stylish, Rob? Isn't
Fuck yeah, it
really
is.
stylish?
And you know what? We do love rape and revenge movies, and why not? And revenge kicks ass.
And it says on the backdrop, "What hides in the city of robots?" This is the back, and it comes. It's a media book with a second movie, which I totally like, but I already have it. It comes with The Machine,
Which I already have. I love that movie.
yeah, with Toby Stevens and the
Yeah.
great Katie Lotz.
Wow.
So it's a media book with actually two movies in it. But I haven't watched it, unfortunately. Didn't get around to it.
It's pretty
And
cool,
it's
though.
out in the States too from Paramount, I believe.
Yeah. Well.
So
Okay.
so is the movie on Paramount Plus, Rob, that you could watch it?
I don't know, as the drinker would say, don't know. But what a great package.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Zone 414 or 414. Haven't watched it. This was my last one, Rob.
Michael Elliott says Rob will insist on pegging Dieter while listening to DAF or DAF. Okay, here's the thing. I love Dieter, but I don't want to peg him. Femdom, I'd much rather have, Elizabeth do that to me. Just saying. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Sonny Dominguez. Sonny, who gave me some artwork for, by the way, a delightful man. He actually came out and saw Tango Shalom. Thank you, Sonny. Sonny says, Dieter, oh, by the way, again, another disc I do not have. I ordered from the UK. Dieter, have you seen the movie New Order? Because Rob still hasn't. Rob, have you considered, by the way, he said cough. I'm coughing because it said that.
Okay.
Rob, have you considered rewriting Free Enterprise 2 to include characters inspired by Dieter and other members of the PGS? Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. To live and die in L.A., Kino. First of all, I love Sonny Dominguez. He's a very great man. But no, I have not considered rewriting Free Enterprise. I still want to make it, but I probably should because there would be a different take for sure.
And the script is ready to go, as far as I know.
It is. The script is. I love the script. I'm very fascinated. You might hate it.
Can only get better, Rob. No.
Well, that's what Ed Wood said. Well, my next one will be better. So yes, maybe. But Sonny, no, I never thought about rewriting the script you know what? I have to write a new script about the PGS. And as a matter of fact, I should just if I was rich, I'm not. But if I start a crowdfunding campaign to do like a worldwide, it would be fun to make a narrative film, kind of like Patrick and Dieter and Mia did with The Secret Exchange. If we ad-libbed, like to go across the world and go to different places and meet the Post-Geek Singularity, it would be funny because I could fund it as I went along. Like, it's crowdfunded, and maybe people are like, fuck you, I don't like that you're in Iceland. We're not going to give you any money. I'm like, I don't have enough money to leave Iceland. What do I do? It'd be very fun. I'd have to meet some Icelandic girl and be like, hey, baby, what's up? Are your parents rich? Because I need to leave. It'd be fun. But Elizabeth probably wouldn't dig that. But anyway, not a bad idea. 200 Watt Studio says, not physical media, but I recently rewatched the last 9 episodes of DS9. My God, Deep Space Nine. Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. My God, was it good? Adults doing jobs, having adult conversations. Star Trek Disco? LOL. Yes, 200 Watt Studio, you and I park our shuttlecrafts, or in the case of Deep Space Nine, our runabouts in the same shuttle bay. Star Trek Discovery and Picard and modern Star Trek. Now, I will say this. Prodigy, I don't hate. Not just because I know people that work on it. It isn't Star Trek, but there's some goodness there. Jack Wallace says, kind words, R&B. Thank you, Dominic Toretto versus Michael Burnham. Which okay. Dominic Toretto versus Michael Burnham. Which ridiculously overpowered character wins? What do you think, Dieter?
Michael Burnham, of course. She has science on her side. There's militude science.
Math, am I right? No, whatever. I would say Dominic Toretto because Michael Burnham is not real. Dominic Toretto is real. If Michael Burnham gets her Fast Five, maybe I'll buy into her. 200 Watt Studio comes back and says, never say my favorite rap movie. Say it's my go-to rap movie. Okay, well, I can see that. I mean, my favorite rap movie, you know, if Shabba Ranks isn't if it's not Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo with Shabba Ranks or whatever, what can I say? Do you have a favorite rap movie, Dieter?
No, Rob, since it's not my musical taste, I can't actually tell you any rap movie.
Well, I mean, I'm still waiting to get bodied on.
I've got Straight Outta Compton, but considering rap movies, not the kind of person that could deliver any
It's true.
insider knowledge.
I know. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. Last thing, Rob, considering special editions, it's actually not a special edition, just a book. Considering we talked a little bit about video games, and I love, art books. I put out this one, the art book for Titanfall.
Wow.
And since we love, mecha stuff, and those are all the
Oh, that's amazing. And wait, I have to
robot
reach.
designs.
Since you're showing
So it's
the book,
actually not a special edition in general. Just a great art book for the game.
amazing. Now, I too have a book to show. If you're going to bring that up,
Do it. Rob.
this book
We do it together.
from Eagle Moss, the James
you're doing
Bond DB5 book.
Great.
This art book, it's all about the history, not just of the DB5 and Bond films, but the entire history of the actual car. And this is a very chonky book, man. And you know what's funny? I mean, you and I both love our physical media. Look at that. Don't you find like that Titanfall book? Isn't it inspiring to you? You look at it and you're like, "This is amazing."
Look here.
Dude, look at that. Come on.
Cool stuff. It's really, really heavy. So Rob, give us a little bit of taste of the.
Oh well. What I would like to say is like I have a lot of
Not
great.
really a special edition, just a great.
Yeah, no, it's a great like okay. So as many people know, I've been buying the Eagle Moss Partworks series to build the 1/8 scale DB5, which I now have all of. So, but like this book, there's so many photographs I've never seen of behind the scenes and all that.
Yeah.
This book it's fan-fucking-tastic. And
So it is combined with the model kit.
Nope. This is the book about Aston Martin and the whole thing, and it's actually got. I'm looking for maybe it's early in the book.
Yeah.
It deals with the actual building of the like. Look at this. It gives you blueprints or how the car was built. And it does go through all the Bond films where the DB5 appeared in and where it came from. It's just a great book. And you can buy it at the 007 store in the UK. But it's like a Taschen book. I mean, I'm a Taschen, the German company. This is like a Taschen book that's not Taschen. It's really well done. And
Awesome.
I love it. So
Okay.
Michael Elliott.
Yeah.
Michael Elliott says, I watched the first episode of The Wheel of Time. It was a tough watch. I'm not sure I'll go back. The first episode of Foundation was extremely engaging.
Okay.
By the way,
There are the
Stubble
first three
McShave is
episodes
6'5". Stubble McShave is jumping up and down in his apartment complex right now.
Do we know anything from Stubble? Did he like it, the season so far?
He was on the show. You know what?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, if you become a member of this channel, we have bi-weekly membership chats where only members are invited. I know we're elitist, we're snobs, but you are supporting the channel. And yesterday we had a great 3-hour conversation, and Stubble was there, and I asked him. I mean, I think everyone wanted to know what he had to say
from the leading man.
And he liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell because Swedes are reserved. They're not. You'll never see a Swedish guy going, "Dude, that shit was fucking awesome." Swedes don't do that. Neither do you Germans.
Too chilled.
You know, like, so Stubble was like, he was very, and I appreciate this. He was very measured in his. He liked a lot of it, and then he was like, you know, it's an adaptation. Things I liked, things I didn't. So it's funny because, to be honest, being an American, I was hoping Stubble would be like, "Fuck yeah, Rob, that shit was fucking dope, fuck." But you're never gonna get that from him, and I shouldn't expect that of him. But he was measured, and he liked it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How many episodes will the first season?
They've dropped 3, and apparently there's going to be 8.
The usual Amazon.
Yeah.
Release.
Well, it's on. Yeah. So it's 8 episodes. Yeah.
Correct. So Rob, I think we're through. We have no letters this week.
No, we didn't get letters. But we didn't. Otherwise, I would have sent them to you because no one wants me to read letters. They want to hear your dulcet German tones to read their letters. So, if you do want to send this show letters, you can go to the Burnettwork.net website and contact us. Just write, "Let's get physical media" in the subject heading, and make sure that your letter's good. Because if it's not, we will make fun of you on this show.
Could happen.
Could happen. And Dieter looks at the live chat, so make sure, you know.
So no shenanigans, people. No shenanigans.
No, but I do want to point out there's a couple of things I'm kind of... Well, there's the movie One False Move, which I've been clinging to my Laserdisc. This is finally coming out on Blu-ray. Very excited. Yes, for the first time on Blu-ray. I'm very excited to get that, so that's cool.
Great.
Yeah. Is there anything? I mean, I've got Criterion stuff. I've got a lot of stuff coming. I've got my $7.99 4K extravaganza coming from Amazon, including things like Ridley Scott's The Martian, the extended version, which I only have the Blu-ray of. I didn't even know it was out on 4K. I'm like, oh, it's out on 4K? It's $7.99? Click. So.
Schnäppchen made.
I know. Well, Dieter, my favorite German, I hope you say safe and well.
It will be interesting. As far as I know, Rob, from tomorrow on at my workplace, they will make controlling the people who is vaccinated and who is not, starting, I believe, tomorrow. What can I say?
For me, it's complicated. I mean, the COVID vaccine is still, despite the fact that it's still experimental. It was experimental until 2023.
Yeah.
I know a teenage girl whose heart was expanded by it. They don't know the long-term effects, but I get it. Hundreds of millions of people. It's a tough call at the end of the day, but it's not like other vaccines. Like, have you ever got smallpox?
I think
the answer is no, you didn't.
Because I was vaccinated.
Yes, and that vaccine makes sure you're not going to get that. The mRNA vaccines, and I'm in vax. I'm going to get my Moderna booster shot.
Booster, okay.
I'm all about it.
Have to look in that too.
But you know, it's not the cut and dried issue everyone makes it out to be, unfortunately. But you know, you guys in Europe, you're now ripping yourselves apart. It's all fine. The fact is, Dieter, it doesn't matter how sick we get, we will have physical media to entertain us for the rest of our days.
Definitely. Even if there would be nothing coming out anymore.
Dude, if someone said, Rob, there's not going to be more physical media for the next 5 years, I'd be like, fine. I will start at A, and I will just watch. I will go through my collection, and which is now up to like, I probably have 3,000 Blu-rays or 4Ks. I mean, and you think about it, that's, say, 2 hours, and that's not even TV shows. I get to 5 seasons of Miami Vice. I'm like, oh, well, my God. I mean, it's okay.
Speaking of TV shows, have you found the time to start Hellbound on Netflix?
Okay. I found out it dropped last night on Midnight Metal. I am so excited. I can't wait. I did not know it dropped. I'm probably going to go after this show, get some food, sit down, and rock that shit. It's only 6 episodes. Have you watched it?
No, because I was watching Arcane played Guardians of the Galaxy, so I didn't get around to it. But it's on the watch list. Top.
I can't wait. That's my next thing I'm going to watch.
Okay.
So on that note, why don't we end this episode? We're going long. This is a 2 hour and 11-minute episode of Let's Get
Thanks
Physical.
to the moderators.
Well, I would say, first of all, thank you to everyone who supports this channel via Super Chats and tips. Thank you very much. Dieter, the Trash Panda, he appreciates it. I want to thank our great moderating staff. Brian Hepburn is here. Bunyan Snipe was here. Justin Toner, who is also a phenomenal physical media collector, he is here. So thank him. And I want to thank all.
I hope he watches New York Ninja after the show.
Well, he probably will. I'm sure he will. So I want to thank everyone, and I want to remind all of you, remember, every person you meet has not seen as much physical media as you have, but they might have a story to tell that is worth listening to. All you have to do is tell them to watch something in 4K, and it'll change their life. And on that note, I will say to all of you, have a better day. Right, Dieter?
Live long and prosper.
Yeah.